All right. This adventure, we're at the Pipestone National Monument. It's a pretty sacred area from what I've been reading. Can't go in the visitor center. Looks like it's closed. Nobody's been able to get in there. Oh, there's some of that cactus. I couldn't find it out at Blue Mounds, but there's a little bit of it. But Pipestone, sacred to the native Indians, as this is what they use to go and make their peace pipes. They chisel it out of the quarry and stuff, and yeah, pretty much that's what they used it for. It's a different type. I don't know if it's the same as the quartz side or not. There's a bunch of people here, so I won't be able to do a lot of recording, so let's go check it out. There's a waterfall here too. This is pretty nice all along the trail so far. You're not even gone hardly beyond the trail. They have all these different little signs identifying a bunch of the plants. Poison ivy, that's a good one to know. But we're to a stop. Spotted quarry. Okay, we can't go any further than this, but interesting little hole. And the pile. Here's an interesting tidbit. They actually still go and quarry here, usually in the fall, using hand tools and such. These are some of the descendants. And only American Indians with permits are allowed into the quarries. But all these piles are from the native Indians way back in the day, looking for the type of rock that they wanted for their pipe. Pretty cool. It's interesting, this is a second ribbon type thing in the trees. I know you've seen another one before. See another one down there. I'm sure this is all spiritual stuff from the Indians. Quite the drop. It's interesting, carved in the rock. Some more. If I remember right, out on the Centennial Trail, there are some of those out to some lookout tower type deal. We'll get down there in a little bit. Interesting. It's pretty cool. And they built these stuff. Of course, it's got a weird texture to it. Cool little tunnel. Winnetka Falls. Winnetka Falls. Just up there. Easy trail all the way except for those steps. It's all blacktop asphalt. You have to stay on the trail. Pretty cool little tunnel or valley. Certain trail might go up there. We'll find out. Now we're at a place called the Oracle. Oh, I see it. It's that rock right over there. Interesting. A more native prairie. So cool. Future Shane here. As I was walking down the trail, this elderly lady came walking down, and she stopped, and I said hi to everybody like I normally do, and said hi to her, and she said, "How are you doing?" I said, "Fine." She goes, "Would you happen to have time to hear some stuff? Have any questions answered?" And I said, "Well, I got a few stops to get going. I got a little bit of travel too, but yeah, I got about 10-15 minutes." So we stopped and started talking to her and started listening to her, and I realized this lady is very, very informative, so therefore I figured she's knowledgeable enough to know about those ribbons that were in those trees and the tobacco and stuff, and I'm going to go listen to her. So I asked a few questions and interviewed her. She gave me permission to put her on camera, so this is a little bit that I had when I had her conversation with her. And another couple stopped and they asked some questions as well, which were really good and really interesting.
Judy, Grandma Judy, self-proclaimed storyteller, resident of Pipestone, Minnesota. I have a long history here. I'm a storyteller, self-proclaimed. Please remember that. I'm a German, Norwegian, Dane. I'm 82 years old, and I've walked out here for 7.5 years. Every day that I'm capable. So, with that, I'd like to say that those ties, Native, Indians, Indigenous people, have known that they're going to honor that because of something that they learned about themselves, and they honor it with a tobacco tie. It's tobacco, and the color means something to them depending on what tribe they're from.
Okay, so each tribe has their own color?
They do, but what I can say for myself, I started out with Yankton Sioux people, who this land belonged to them long, long ago. And so I've had a lot of experiences with a man named Galen Droppel, who's gone now. He died on my birthday. And he told me lots of stories about his journey in life, and I became a member of his family because I got way too involved with him as a human being. And that's what we are first, is human beings. And then be proud of what you are. I myself am a German, Dane, Norwegian human being this time. God only knows what I was before. Because I know I've been native, I've been a tree. I know that at 82 years of age, and the ceremonies I was part of, Galen Droppel, and many other medicine men. Because I brought Indians, because I had a horse, and I drove them back to their res, back to their ceremonies, back to their Sundance. And what I realized over those years, I learned from several medicine men, but there are now women that are starting to stand up, Native American women, and they have gifts, just like all of us have gifts. If y'all think about who you are and what you are, there are certain people in your family that always were sort of psychic, talk to spirits, we're a little different than everybody else. Hello, that's me. But I didn't know that, okay? Yeah, and now at 82, I do know, because I've lost brothers and family and whatnot, and they told me things about me as I'm a little person, okay? And I identified with the Indian because they lost their language. I used to speak Norwegian with all the relatives. I didn't know that until my year-old brother started talking to me because he promised his mom that he'd keep an eye on me and my hooligans.
That was really interesting. That's pretty neat talking to Judy. I bet we probably could have sat there if there was a bench and probably talked for quite a long time. Listen to all the stories. There's a couple other ones that she told that did not get filmed and stuff, but they were very interesting. There's like a festival going on way up at the top of the hill. I thought I seen like a big tent or something up there, but that's cool. Like she said, this place is magical to the natives. There's a lot of stuff that has gone on around here in the past. But we're almost back to the visitor center, which I just said I don't think is open today. Okay, future Shane here one more time. The reason why the visitor center was closed is because they were having sewer system issues, which sort of stinks because I really want to get in there. Because if you go on Google reviews on Pipestone National Monument, there's an interpretive center inside there. There's a presentation given by a naturalist, but there's also like a full Native American headrest thing with all the feathers all the way down. It looked really, really cool. I wanted to go see. But once I got around to the front side of the building, because I didn't go to the front door because I seen people already not going in, so I went around to the restroom and then just started the trail from there. But they do have some information stuff. And I've been finding out when I go to state parks and stuff, especially in Minnesota, you can get like the little park brochures with the maps and all the trails and stuff. But this one I got for Pipestone is really interesting. I mean, this one inside here's got a little bit of history of that whole entire area, how they carved the pipes from the stone. The quarrying process is also in here. But there's really very, very informative on the whole entire monument itself. But this is the thing that really got to my attention. It says a bunch of like do's and don'ts and stuff of this area and stuff, and especially if you come across any people there. Like one of the things is avoid the term Indian. Use Indigenous, Native American, or American Indian instead. You avoid the use the term Sioux. Use Dakota or Lakota. Never ask them what kind of Indian you are. Don't tell them what your story beliefs and stuff are, because obviously they're probably not going to match up with yours and stuff at all. Don't touch or hug the people, even though you feel strong emotion to express to them. Do not touch the tobacco ties that you see on the trees. Like Judy was saying, a lot of those different things are the ribbons are basic prayers that they tie up in the trees, and the different colors according to the different tribal nations. And then the tobacco, there's a little thing on the tobacco in here on what else is all in there besides tobacco. There's a couple other different plants that are in here that are ground that they might give up as like an offering. So back to the program. All right, we got one more stop before we leave Pipestone. Yesterday at work, I was talking to the president, CEO, the big boss man, Tom Stensrud. He was telling me about some other places to check out here. Right on the south of here by Pipestone, there's the Three Sisters. I think it's some big rocks. We're gonna go check them out. He also mentioned Camden State Park, but don't have enough time for that one. I'm gonna have to get some extra time off for work or something. Hint, hint. Check that out, but we'll put it on the agenda for future reference. But off we go. All right, we are at the Three Maidens. It's quite the interesting story. Three Maidens. Many American Indians believed that the larger boulder fragments, known as the Three Maidens, shelter the spirits of maidens who require offerings from visiting Indians before permitting them to quarry Pipestone. During a visit here in 1836, artist George Catlin recorded his observations of such an offering and called these rocks truly a matter of surprise for the scientific world. These huge granite rocks seem out of place in a land filled with only quartzite. During the last ice age, a continental glacier carried the granite down from present-day Canada. When the glacier receded, it left behind a huge boulder about 50 feet wide in diameter. Frosting actually eventually split this glacial erratic into 6 pieces. The 3 maidens are held sacred by American Indians. To preserve the sanctity of the site, do not climb on the boulders, do not disturb or remove any prayer offerings placed here. Please respect this special place. I'm assuming this is the painting. That's pretty cool. Let's go walk around over there and let's go check it out. Thanks, Tom, for letting me know about this place. That was pretty interesting and pretty cool. Well, on to our next stop. One more to go before we go to camp, but we're gonna have to go and find camp first. Well, if you come to Pipestone, you could also come and visit here. So the gift shop parking. I've run out of time to stop in and check that all out, but there's like a big wooden fort. Looks pretty cool. Maybe next time, because I'm sure I'll have people that want to come with. But also on the other side of the road, for you RV campers, there is a family campground here. It looks like it's got electric hookups at least. No idea about sewer or water, but I'm sure they have a dump station, and no idea of water hookups, but oh well. I don't need all that fun stuff. Tent it is for me. But with that, I hope you liked that little adventure. I did. That was pretty cool. It was really neat talking to Judy. Like I said, I bet you could sit and talk to her for hours, if not days. I'm sure she has lots of stories. But we gotta get going till the next stop, which would be part of the tail end of the other video with the Blue Mountains. But I wanted to keep this one separate because, like Judy was saying, that place is spiritual. I felt it deserved its own video and stuff. So with that, live life. Don't live in fear, or you're gonna miss it. We'll see you on the next one. Plus, we got another video tomorrow. We got a whole another day of adventuring to go. Thanks for watching.